Oh my goodness, you guys, look at this room.
How do we end up here in the corner looking like...
Can you guys even believe how much of a disaster my toddler's room is? So her closet is pretty bad as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and tackle both of these today. I've been putting this off because I knew I needed to do an extreme clean of my toddler's room to give you guys some cleaning motivation, but I also needed to spring clean in here, so I figured I would just do both at once, and so I'm finally getting around to it today. So if you guys need some cleaning motivation, put this on the TV, on the computer, wherever you are, and let's get to cleaning.
I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get
to start off this extreme deep clean in my toddler's room and closet, I just started by putting all the toys back into these little buckets. There's no particular order right now. We had been training our 3-year-old to kind of learn how to put things in categories, but then when the 1-year-old came around to where she was playing in the room, that all went out the window. So for now, we just decided to utilize these buckets as a way to basically hide the toys rather than to fully organize them. And then when we feel like they're both at the maturity level that they can kind of understand, which for my first starter was kind of about 2.5. And so I'm hoping that my 1.5-year-old in the next year will be at the maturity level where I feel like she can kind of understand that. And so we'll just go back and revisit this at that time as far as like keeping everything organized. But for now, this is a quick way to keep the room tidy. Now, I do keep all of the stuffed animals and baby dolls in the big toy box that you guys saw there. And here I am hurting myself. You guys, it was so painful. Are you even a parent if you haven't ever stepped on a Lego or something? I swear they always like impale you right in the arch of your foot. Like, what is it about that? What are y'all doing? Oh, yeah.
just get me out of here.
Once the majority of the toys had been picked through, I went through and cleared off this little pink lid. I had been throwing items that weren't toys onto there, either shoes or things that needed to go somewhere else. And I put those in the laundry basket, and then I used this laundry basket to go ahead and clear off the shelves in the closet. I knew I had a lot of items that needed to be handed down to my 1-year-old because they no longer fit my 3-year-old, and I also knew that I had some items that just needed to go to the Goodwill. So I wanted to get everything out in the bedroom because the closet's kind of a cramped space. I wanted to have a clean slate in the closet so that I could just add back the items that needed to be added back and then toss everything else.
Drunk, I've never seen you clearer than now. We're flying high, floating somewhere up in the clouds. We're going out of ourselves, can you feel it? Almost like I don't know if it's real, 'cause when we're doing our thing, we're like wheels that won't stop turning.
So here is the aftermath of pulling everything out of the closet. My 3-year-old actually said, "Mom, stop doing that. You're making it all a mess again." Her dad's been telling her she needed to clean her room over the last couple of days, and so she said, "Dad's gonna come in here and see you made a big mess." And I said, "That's okay. We're gonna get it done before Dad gets home, but we have to do this in order to clean the closet." And at 3 years old, she's learning a life lesson. Sometimes you gotta make a bigger mess to clean one up. So here I am just cleaning off the shelf behind the closet door, and I'm just checking some items here to see if they fit her properly. Then I went through all of the clothes on this side just to pull out anything that is too small for her currently, and that way I could make space and utilize hangers for the clothes I was going to be bringing back in.
I know we're acting stupid, we're being dumb, maybe just a little bit foolish, but I feel so young. Just go a little crazy and lose it. I don't care if we're dumb. It's the only way we know.
Then it was time to go through her little drawer here. I knew that we had a lot of things in here that she no longer fit in, and I wanted to go through and just sort all of that for anything that needed to be handed down to my 1-year-old, and then anything that was going to be tossed. Most of it was just switched for hand-me-downs. I just went through that drawer by drawer, dumped them out, sorted my piles, and the little bag between my legs is Goodwill, and then off camera to my right is where I was putting things that needed to be hand-me-down, and then anything that still fit her, that was her current size, I just put right back into the drawer.
Trying to get to you when you're on the low. Trying to get to you when it's on the line. Had enough, had enough, had enough. Trying to tell you that it's time to give it up.
So here I am just taking all the hand-me-downs and putting them in a laundry basket so I can easily transport them to Kenzie's room. And then I'm moving on to a big bucket and box of clothes that I had here. If you guys saw my basement clean out, I had kind of sorted those clothes into piles, but I hadn't really fully done anything with them. So what I was doing here was I was taking anything that she can currently wear in the winter and just making it in a pile, and then I was tossing everything that was summer related into the pink basket because I don't want to like put it all away somewhere because it's gonna be summer, hopefully before too much longer. I mean, we have a few months, but not a long enough time for me to justify like putting them back in the basement or something. So I was kind of just sorting anything into the pink bucket that was summer related that she'll be able to fit this summer. The pile on the floor next to it was all the winter things she could wear right now that I was going to hang in her closet. And then I had one more pile that I was getting ready for Goodwill. And I had one other little small pile that was socks and underwear and stockings that I was making a little pile in front of me. You guys will see me jump up in just a second to run go put those in the closet in her little drawer.
No matter how it hurts, you're gonna let it bleed. No matter how you feel. When you've had enough, when the crowd gets rough, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When your cloud goes dark, when you lose your heart, gotta stand up straight, gonna rise like a champion. When you're looking for a place.
I decided to go ahead and just put the summer clothes up on the top shelf in here so that my toddlers couldn't reach them. In the past, I actually had these down on the floor, and that's part of the reason it got such a mess. They started pulling things out and trying it on, so I learned from that mistake. But now I'm going through and I'm just going to sort through all of the bows that we need to go back on the shelf in her closet. I have some bows that my girls wore as infants that I want to keep as keepsakes, and then some that are just cheaper or whatever, just don't fit. They're too small for them now, but I don't want to bother keeping those or anything like that. So I was kind of just sorting through this and trying to see if there was anything in here that wasn't bows. There were some bows that had been given to us hand-me-down. All these big bows are hand-me-down gifts from a friend, and some of them had like monogram letters that were not my daughter's names. So I have Alexa and a Kenzie, and some of them had like an M monogrammed on them or a P monogrammed on them. So I wanted to go ahead and toss those because that would be a little confusing for them to wear those. So I have a pile here. So this bucket right here is things that are like ponytails need to go away, and then some clothing items, and then the pile in the back is actually the items that are going to go to the Goodwill that we're getting rid of, and then this is how it's looking so far. So now I'm going through and I'm trying all the shoes that came out of this closet that I'm not certain. Some I knew fit my daughter, so I put those away, but the ones that didn't, I'm just going through them right here and trying them all on each of them until we figure out which ones fit and which ones we need to go ahead and give to Goodwill. And Kenzie just insisted that her boot was put on each and every time in between trying on shoes. I really hope you guys are enjoying this extreme clean of my toddler's room and closet and getting some spring cleaning motivation. If you are, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you're not already. I do upload every single week. and I hope that you guys will come along and join us because we have a lot of new things coming. I have pretty much a deep clean and spring cleaning video planned for every room of my house. I also have a ton of organizational videos planned for my kitchen, so lots of really awesome stuff coming, and I do upload every single Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was doing Thursday videos for a little while, but as of right now I'm just going to be doing the Monday morning, so I hope that you guys will stay tuned for those.
You've been playing my mind lately, turn it around. Once I thought you were mine, baby, we're safe and sound. You got me waiting, I'm on fire.
By this time, my daughters had ended up going around and basically spreading everything that I wasn't working on around the room. And so I wanted to kind of just condense everything so I could see where I was and so I wouldn't get overwhelmed. I was making pretty good progress, so I didn't want anything to kind of impede that. So I just went around the room and picked up everything that was left. It was also nap time, so I just wanted to kind of condense what all was left that needed to be done. And then I'm going to resume this after nap time.
It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. Just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, oh, still can't believe you love me. It never ends. Let's be more than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day.
I don't know if you guys have any of these fans, but I've always found that when I dust them, they end up blowing so much harder. Like even that amount of dust that I had, which is kind of a lot. I've had them worse than this though, and after I dusted them, it made such a huge difference in how hard the fan blew. So definitely keep that in mind if you guys have any fans in your house that aren't working how they used to. In my master, I noticed that because we have the same fan. I cleaned it and I was like, wow, this thing is like it's brand new, because I was wondering why it wasn't blowing as hard as usual. So I did want to mention that after I finished all of my dusting, I did actually end up coming through here and vacuuming, but somehow I did not hit record on my camera, and so I don't have any of that footage, but do not worry, I did vacuum in here when I was done.
Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Oh, where I'd rather be than with you.
So here is a quick overview of how everything turned out. My girls were constantly behind me messing things up, so it was hard to get a final shot so you guys could see. It's still not perfect in here, but it is done, and I'm very happy with how it all turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This extreme deep clean of my toddler's bedroom and closet was so satisfying to get completed. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something done. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not already, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye!
I just feel so